You know that neighbor who bakes the perfect brownies but has a look in her eye that says she knows exactly how to dispose of a body without leaving a trace? That is Debbie Mullen. She seems like your typical, slightly boring suburban housewife living in Hingham, Massachusetts. She's got a husband, Cooper, two teenage daughters, Lexi and Izzy, and she writes a quaint local advice column called Dear Debbie. But scratch the surface, and you find a woman who was a computer science prodigy at MIT before dropping out, grows opium poppies in her backyard disguised as windflowers, and has absolutely zero patience for people messing with her family. Debbie is struggling. She feels invisible. Her oldest daughter, Lexi, refuses to speak to her in the mornings. Her husband, Cooper, is acting distant and weird, and she's just been fired from her newspaper job because she advised a woman in an abusive marriage to leave her husband. To make matters worse, her neighbor, Joe Dolan, steals her spot in a home gardening magazine photo shoot, and Izzy gets kicked off the soccer team by a creep named Coach Pike because he claims she needs to lose weight. Debbie decides she is done being a doormat. It's vigilante time. First, she handles the petty stuff. Her neighbor Brett wrongly accuses her of messing with his fuse box, so she implies she might have done it. For Joe Dolan, who stole her magazine glory, Debbie buries Japanese beetle traps in Joe's garden, causing a biblical swarm of bugs to devour Joe's prize-winning roses right in front of the photographer. It is petty, it is chaotic, and it is absolutely delicious. But the stakes get higher. Debbie learns that Coach Pike is a pervert who watches girls in the locker room. She breaks into his house, hacks his phone, because remember, she's a tech genius, and plants software that links a hidden camera in the girls' locker room to his device. Boom. He gets arrested, and Izzy gets back on the team. Then there's Zane, Lexi's boyfriend. This kid is awful. He's blackmailing Lexi with nude photos. Debbie lures him to a playground at night using Lexi's phone, and drugs him with opium-laced beer, deletes the nudes, and reports him to the police for distributing child pornography. When Zane wakes up, he's so freaked out that he crashes his car into the high school. While Debbie is cleaning up the streets of Hingham, her husband Cooper is melting down. He didn't just lose a promotion, he quit his job and didn't tell Debbie. He's also an alcoholic who has fallen off the wagon. He's sneaking around, lying about his location, and meeting a woman named Harley at the gym. We are screaming at the book because it looks like he's cheating on Debbie with this pink-haired trainer. Harley certainly thinks they are dating. She believes his name is Jesse because Cooper lied to protect his identity. Here's where the twists start hitting like a freight train. Cooper isn't cheating. He's just hiding his drinking and trying to figure out how to tell Debbie he's unemployed. But his friend from work, the real Jesse, is actually a monster. Jesse is embezzling money from their boss, Ken Bryant. When Cooper goes to Ken's house to beg for his job back, he finds Ken dead, shot in the head. Cooper panics because his own gun is missing from his garage safe. He realizes Debbie has been tracking everyone's location with an app she built, and her location history places her at Ken's house. Cooper, bless his heart, thinks his wife is a cold-blooded murderer, but he loves her so much he tries to cover for her. Meanwhile, Harley, the gym trainer, decides she's tired of being the other woman to Jesse, who is actually Cooper. But wait, it's complicated. She invites Debbie over for dinner to blow up Cooper's marriage. Debbie shows up looking prim and proper. Then the real Jesse, Cooper's work friend, shows up because Harley invited him, thinking he is Cooper. Are you confused? It's brilliant chaos. When Debbie sees Jesse, her world stops. She recognizes him, not as her husband's friend, but as Hutch, the man who raped her at a fraternity party during her sophomore year at MIT. This is the trauma that ruined her life, the reason she dropped out of college, the ghost that has haunted her for decades. And now he's standing in Harley's living room. We find out that Debbie has been busy. She did go to Ken Bryant's house. She killed him. Why? Because Ken was financially abusing his wife, Cindy, who happens to be the nice lady at the gym front desk that Debbie befriended. Debbie decided to solve Cindy's problem permanently, but she didn't use Cooper's gun. She stole Jesse's gun to do it, framing the man who ruined her life for the murder of his boss. Back in Harley's apartment, the confrontation escalates. Harley reveals that Jesse has been lying to her. Jesse Realizing his life is imploding, starts to pass out because Debbie, being the queen of preparation, had Cindy spike his water bottle with opium at the gym earlier. As Jesse loses consciousness, Debbie pulls out the gun. She apologizes to Harley, says, "Sorry, Harley," and shoots her dead. It's brutal. Harley was messy, but she didn't deserve that. Debbie then stages the scene to look like a murder-suicide. She puts the gun in the unconscious Jesse's hand and forces his finger to pull the trigger, firing a shot into the ceiling to get gunshot residue on his hands. Just as she's finishing this masterpiece of a frame-up, Cooper arrives outside, screaming her name. He tracked her there. Debbie walks out, calm as a cucumber, and meets her frantic husband. They have this massive emotional breakthrough in the driveway while two dead bodies are inside the house. Cooper confesses he's an alcoholic. Debbie confesses she was raped in college. They hug, they cry, and they decide to go to therapy. It is the most dysfunctional yet heartwarming reconciliation ever. The aftermath is swift. Jesse wakes up and is arrested for the murders of Ken and Harley. The police find the stolen money, the murder weapon, his gun, and the gunshot residue. He gets life in prison, where he gets beaten up by other inmates because he's a terrible person. We jump forward 1 year. The Mullen family is thriving. Cooper started his own firm. Lexi is at a college that rhymes with Schmarvard. Izzy is a soccer star. And Debbie? She sold her Punish Your Husband app for a fortune. She's rich, she's happy, and she's still friends with Cindy, Ken's widow. They look out for each other now. As Debbie heads off to the gym, she and Cooper are more in love than ever. She leaves us with the chilling but satisfying thought that nobody will ever take advantage of her again. So, what do you think? Was Debbie a hero for taking out the trash? Or did she cross a line by killing Harley, who was just kind of annoying? It's a wild ride about how far a mother will go to protect her family and herself. If you love stories where the good wife goes completely rogue, drop a comment below on what you would have done in her shoes. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more wild story recaps.